everyone, it's Imogen and welcome back to Colouring Kid. I hope you're doing well. In today's video I'm going to be sharing my colouring and supplies haul and a couple of other bits for you from the months May to August. So the reason I'm putting all of these months together into one video is because I barely got anything in May and June. And then July, of course, I've done a separate video because I was interrailing for 3 weeks of that month. And now for August, I've got a couple of colouring things to share with you and also some exciting things that I got from Croatia when I was away with my family. We had such a lovely time, and because we were visiting so many places in the first week, we were on a boat in the first week, we got to see so much of the Dalmatian Islands, and yeah, it was lovely. And then in the second week we were in a villa, so we stayed just outside Croatia, so we didn't really venture out anywhere further than sort of staying on that island. So most of the things that I'll be sharing with you are from the first week, but yeah, I'm just going to go through chronologically. I think that's probably the easiest thing to do. And yeah, I've got some things that are colouring related, some that aren't. I hope that's all right. I just quite like sharing other things so that I can look back on these videos and sort of have them as memories of things that I bought at those times. So I only got a couple of stationery things for May. I wasn't really going out that much because I was revising in May, so I only picked these things up a couple of times, like if I was coming back from college or going to places. But I got these pens, these Vera Bradley pens from TK Maxx. They're just ballpoint pens, but they're so pretty. And yeah, I had some really, my favourite pens are like really boring, just zebra, zebra black pens. So it was nice to find some ballpoint pens that were a bit more interesting for me to use whilst I was revising. But yeah, they're really pretty, and I'll be taking those to uni as well, I think. And then I also went to my local art shop just to get some replacements of things and also a couple of new bits. So I really do need to do a cult pens order at some point because I don't have any Jolly Roll Glaze pens left. And my other one ran out months ago and I've just never replaced it. And yeah, many art shops just don't seem to sell them, so I've had a hard time trying to get them, and I don't really want to do a cult pens order if it's just for a couple of things, because then I'll need to pay the postage. And anyway, I probably will get one at some point, but I've had to make do with hopefully finding replacements of things in local art shops instead. So I needed one of these new Pro Art paintbrushes. This is exclusively for my glitter paints. I made the mistake when I started using my glitter paints of using the same brushes for those and my gouache, and it just meant that there was glitter getting in the gouache, which ordinarily would be fine, but when I was doing projects that I didn't necessarily want glitter in, then it wasn't always great, or vice versa. The brushes were getting damaged because I was using them so much, and then I couldn't use them for finer details with the paints. So I'm really glad that I've got one of these. So I've got one of these I've replaced, and I've got a slightly bigger size as well that's also just for glitter. I need to do a replacement of this purple Staedtler fine liner. I use this one all the time, and I do have the 60 set of fine liners, but the one that I'm currently using from that set is also running out. And then I got a couple of new Stabilo fine liners. Now, I have mentioned in many fine liner videos that I don't like these quite as much as the Staedtler ones. However, when I tried these colours out, I thought that they were really unusual and they would be nice to supplement my 60 set, because the Staedtler ones, especially with the green, I have a couple of lighter ones and then they're just really dark. So these are slightly lighter. Sorry, this one's slightly lighter, and I've got a few nice muted colours which are always great for bases. So yeah, I'm excited to have those, and I think they were on a deal as well, and they were about, oh, I can't remember how much they were actually, but they were really good value. So yeah, it's those. And then the only things that I bought in June were actually when I went to see Harry Styles in Cardiff. So if this won't interest you, please feel free to skip this part. But I've had this Treat People with Kindness, it's meant to be a makeup bag, but I've had it for a while now, because I actually got it on his website I think last year, and I've been using that as a pencil case and just putting my pencils in if I've got a whip. But my mum very kindly got me a different one, which is a completely different colour. So the other one I've got is cream, and it's got teal writing on one side and orange on the other, and they had this one that they were selling at the stadium, and I thought it was beautiful. So I don't know yet whether I'm going to take this to uni to store colouring stuff, or whether I will use it for other bits, because I do have a makeup bag at the moment, and what I like about this is it's branded as a makeup bag, but it definitely doesn't have to be one. Normally, like, the makeup bag I've got has side pockets and stuff, and you can fit stuff in, but what I really like about this is it's just one, you know, one area. So I love the colour, and it's really good quality as well, and yeah, I'm so excited to use this. So that, and then so my mum very kindly bought me that, and then I'd saved some money from babysitting to get some merch items, because I had anticipated that I was definitely going to be buying something when I was there, and I'm so pleased with them. So I've got this top, which compared to some of the other tops I actually thought was very good value. Most of the jumpers and the tops were £50–60, and you know, even more. And for me, I have nice hoodies, and I didn't want to spend loads and loads of money on something that I didn't know how much I was going to wear it. So I decided to get this top, which was £35, I think, which has my favourite colour combination of the Love on Tour logo. There are quite a few different colours you can get. You can get a black background, and another one, I think, but this one was definitely my favourite. It's really good quality, really nice cotton, and on the back you get all of the places that he did on his Europe leg of the tour. So the reason I got this was because I'm using it as a pyjama top, because I just think I got it in a small, but it's still very big, and I like having oversized stuff for pyjama tops. So I got some really nice shorts to go with them, and go with this, sorry, and yeah, I love it. And then the other thing I got was the tote bag. So I missed out on getting the tote bag from last year, well, the last phase of tote bags he did, which were loads of the letters spelling out Love on Tour. This one I still love, and it's actually a really good quality bag, and it's much bigger than I thought it would be. It's more of like a canvas bag without that material, if you know what I mean. It has a really deep opening to it, and yeah, I love the logo. And what was really special was I bought these things before the show, and before he came on stage they had this 3-minute animation introduction thing, and lots of the animation was based around these houses with the faces and playing instruments, which I thought was a really fun idea to incorporate Harry's house. But yeah, I love that, and I've been using it a lot. So yeah, they are the things that I got from Cardiff. And the other thing that was really special about that was it was the day after I finished my A-levels, so it was like a double celebration. I could just really enjoy myself, and yeah, it was so fab. I'll probably be talking about that a bit more when I do my colouring chat. And then yeah, I've got some colouring things to share with you from August. So I'm filming this before I do my completed pages, so I've got a couple of days left of August. I doubt whether I will buy anything else, but yeah, I will just share these with you now. If there is anything else to add, I'll put it at the end of the video, but I don't think there will be. So this is Woodland Watercolor, a colouring workbook by Claire Therese Gray. I've wanted this for such a long time, and I think when I originally saw that she was coming out with it in January, and I saw that it wasn't coming out until July in the UK, I was like, oh no, it's such a long time to wait. But yeah, I absolutely love this book, and I have followed Claire for a while, a few years now, even before she said she was releasing this, and I've always admired her artwork. And I just think this is such a beautiful book. It's quickly becoming one of my recent favourites because of the paper quality, her illustrations, and the fact that I'm getting to use my watercolour. So I'm just using watercolour in this book exclusively. If you saw my Graby haul, I got a 50 set of watercolours that I've been using so much in this. And I will show you the pictures because you will have seen them by now on my computer pages if you watched it. My mum also got a copy because she liked it so much. And when we were on holiday, we started this buddy colour. So we haven't finished it yet, but we did half of it. And what I'm planning on doing is doing a brown colour on the outside, so it sort of looks like a coffee stained picture. She did a different page. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to find it now. Oh, I don't know where it is actually. I think it might be, hang on, no. I thought it was definitely towards the back. Oh, maybe not, that's really strange. But I can't find it now, but she did a autumnal picture. And I thought it turned out really well. She did such a good job with it. No. Oh, this one. Sorry, I flicked past that already. And she was also using masking fluid because I bought some masking fluid pens, which I don't actually have to share, but yeah, I forgot about that. But anyway, these masking fluid pens, because the only masking fluid I have was this, which I've had for years, and it does work really well, but I didn't want to take this away on holiday with me. It wouldn't have got through security, I don't think, anyway, if I put it in my hand luggage. But this is great, but I use it with a paintbrush, and if you don't wash it out of the paintbrush quickly enough, then it just ruins it. So the pens are great. I like the plastic nib one. I don't like the one with the like fibre tip. I don't really know how to describe it. I think that's what it's like. So I won't be getting that again because it's sort of scratched the paper a bit, but the plastic tipped one I will definitely be getting again. So this is the one that I am working on at the moment currently. I don't know whether we will get it done in time for my completed pages. It will probably be sometime in September. And what my mum and I are thinking of doing is, whilst I'm away at uni, we're going to have sort of an ongoing 1 month, 2 month picture to do together. She doesn't think I'll get much time for colouring at uni, and I don't think I will either. But what's nice about these pictures is they're not taking very long for me to do. So that would be a really nice thing to work on. We've got this one. I won't go into too much depth because I will explain them in my completed pages. This was the first one that I shared that I did in my Graby, did with my Graby watercolours in that video. And that's the one I'm most proud of, I think. And then this one. So I've worked quite a lot in this already, so it shows how much I've been enjoying it, and I'm very happy with this. This is the first colouring book I've bought in months. I really haven't been buying that many. But yeah, there are quite a few that are coming out, so no doubt I will. Sorry, I just shut the camera. And then we did go into London. When was it? It was very early August because my mum had managed to get some really cheap theatre tickets for Groundhog Day, which was fantastic. And I don't think I've ever been to Fortnum and Mason, but we ended up going because we were getting a couple of bits from my grandparents, who we were seeing later that week. And overall, I went up to the stationery section. Maybe I think I've just been really spoiled with other places having amazing stationery sections, especially going to London Graphic Design Centre and it being a whole shop of art supplies. I didn't think the stationery section was very good here, but I did find this, which I was very, very excited about. This is the Esme company, and I think I've bought a couple of their papers in the past. No, sorry, it's a different company. I did get from my mum and dad as a stocking filler last year or the year before some lovely pencils wrapped in the paper, and I've still got a couple of them, and they're beautiful. And yeah, I saw these papers and they're just lovely. Now I'm not sure, I'm going to try and open it for you and see if I can get a couple of them out to show you. They're all gold foiled. I'll worry about putting it back later so that I can properly show you. Yeah, they've all got gold foiling, and the designs are so lovely. And the thing I like about buying the papers this way is that they're already cut up really nicely, and if you were to buy a sheet of this paper it would cost you a lot, but I would rather spend less and get lots of different designs rather than just one design. So yeah, I think they're absolutely gorgeous, and they're lovely autumnal colours as well, so I could use these for a variety of different things because they're fairly big. You know, they're a fairly big size compared to the small squares that I normally use for creating my bookmarks. So yeah, I'm very, very happy with that paper. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. And then the last thing I got in August was actually sent to me. This is from Sue, who was so kind and generous, and she sent these, bless her, because I found out about uni and I got my place at Oxford, so I'll be starting in October, and I'm so excited. Again, I'll be talking more about it in my colour and chat, but I did put something up on my community tab and on my Instagram story just to let you all know, because I didn't say anything, I don't think, when I originally got my offer in January. I didn't tell many people because I just didn't know if I would get the grades, and I didn't know if I'd get in. So I didn't want to say it and then, you know, for it not to happen. So anyway, she was so kind and she sent me these. And these are the Color 72 set of macaron colour pencils. Now, I've heard of these before, but I'm not sure whether these are new or not, because I've seen other sets of 50, but I don't think I've ever seen a 72 set of pastel colours. So I'm really intrigued. I've already done a swatch of them, which I will share with you. And the reason she sent me these was because she knows how much I like to colour with pastels, and she is absolutely right. I love colouring with pastel colours. You'll notice lots of my pages are quite muted. So this is the swatch, and what I was really intrigued by was that lots of them have the same names as Holbein's, and they're pretty much exact matches. So they work really well. So I'm so pleased that I have these, because I'm now going to be able to use these in conjunction with the Holbein pencils and not have to fork out £3 a pencil to replace them. So I'm really, really grateful for these. And what I also did was swatch the 5 pencils that I got from Florence. Now, if you saw my haul, these are the Tinta Uniter pencils that I mentioned that I got a couple of just to try out, because I noticed on these had the same names also as the Holbeins. So they are almost exact matches. Some of them are slightly different, especially the Azure Blue copy, and the Ash Rose is a tiny bit off, but overall I think they've done a really good job of matching them. And some of the names are different. So, you know, the turquoise blue is Horizon Blue, and smoky blue, Smoke Blue. But yeah, some of them I just immediately knew. I was like, yes, that's that colour. I also like that there are 72 colours. It starts from 1 and it goes to 72. That makes me really happy, because it's not often that sets are just in an order like that. They have added, so I think they've stopped. How many have we got here? I think they've stopped using the Holbein colours around this point. These colours I do think are still Holbein matches, but they're not part of the, well, certainly the Spring Green is, the Grass Green, probably a couple of the others as well. But I do think some of these might be extra colours that they've formulated and added themselves. I especially like the Aubergine. The Forest Green is a lovely darker version of the Mint Green. I really like that. And the Blush Pink, that's gorgeous. And I don't think we have colours like this that are exact matches in the Holbeins. So that really, really excited me. And some of them, I would argue, probably aren't pastel colours, but I think they complement the set really well. And you do have some darker options to shade with, should you wish to just use these exclusively on a page. So I think they're fantastic, and I'm definitely going to be adding a few of those colours already to my set of Holbeins. They work really well. I think that the pencils are really similar to Holbeins as well. The production of them is great, and you know, the barrel's colour doesn't always match the core, but we're used to that now with pencils. I have other pencil sets and that's the exact same thing, which is why I always do a swatch. But yeah, they're gorgeous. And as I said, I'd never heard of the 72 set before, so I'm really, really thrilled to have these. There's also a pencil blender, so I'm looking forward to seeing how that compares to some of the others that I have. Looking at it, it looks like a Prismacolor one, but we will see if it works in the same way. But yeah, I really like them, and I think I'm probably going to keep them in the tin because I like the tin so much. And then yeah, just supplement them when and as I need to. But I'm so grateful, Sue. Thank you so much. And yeah, I'm really impressed with these, and I look forward to hearing what other people think about them as well. So yeah, they're the Color Macaron 72 set. So yeah, very, very exciting. Okay, so now I have the things to share with you from Croatia. I'll try and go through these fairly quickly because, you know, for those of you who aren't interested in it, that's absolutely fine. So I got a couple of shells. We went to a shell museum in Bukarska, which is the first stop. And whilst we couldn't buy any of the shells there, I did spot some that I thought were beautiful that I wanted to see if I could find. So we did find a stall in Hvar, I think. And I bought these two shells, these beautiful blue ones, which were similar to some that I'd seen in the shell museum. But what I was really surprised by was they had showcased loads of different places and all the shells that were found. And even though they were seas apart, there were so many places that had the same looking shells. I just thought that was really interesting how they managed to, you know, have the same sorts of shells all across the world. So yeah, they are beautiful, and I'm going to be adding those to my shell collection. I've got a collection of them in my bathroom. And then he gave me this one for free as well, which is really sweet. So I've got some similar to this, but I think a bigger one. And then we were in Brach or Brach. I don't know. I think Brach is right. Not very good at the pronunciation. They didn't have any stone that I liked there. But then we went to Split 3 times because we were there when we got on the boat and we got off the boat and for our final night before we flew home. And they had these Brach stones, stone stools. And yeah, this egg I spotted on the first day, didn't get it because there was a collection of them and I didn't really like the colour of any of them. They were all white. And then I saw this one, which was this really nice taupe colour, and they were €4 and I love it. I just really like how heavy it is and how glossy, and I think it's beautiful. So I'm very excited about that. And then I also wanted to find a really nice lavender bag because we'd been on a tour and the lady was talking in Hvar about how the lavender is made and how it's one of, you know, the things that they produce along with olive oil. I think that was always mentioned in places about how it's made, and similarly to some of the Croatian wine as well when we did wine tours. But this lavender bag I thought was really pretty. I didn't want one with any writing on it, and I wasn't expecting to find one as big as this either, but this will be lovely because it's a really nice size. I love the fish on it. Yeah, I think it's really pretty. So I've had lavender bags in the past, you know, that are small size with the like tuft on the top that's secured, and I've always wanted to find one that's like this, this sort of size. So I'm really excited to use that. Now I got a couple of bits of jewellery which I will show you. I do have a couple of other things first, if I can actually get them out of here. So I got a lovely magnet from Brach, I think. There were loads of these handmade shops, and some of them had very similar things to each other a lot of the time, but some things were really unusual and different. So I absolutely loved this magnet, this heart magnet. And again, I might not use it as a magnet. I might just have it around. I definitely want to take some of these, you know, things with me to uni just to remind me and you know, have memories attached to them and make my room more homely. So this is really lovely, and It's all handmade and hand painted, so I thought that was beautiful. So my mum very kindly got me a few things. She bought Tom and I a couple of things each as like a holiday treat, and she said that she had one of these when she was younger, and I thought it was so cute. We went into a leather shop randomly and they had these key rings, and when I was away in Florence I bought a key ring for Tom which had a fox, which was a fox, sorry. They didn't have anything like this though, and I just thought it was too cute not to get, and as I said, she very kindly got it. So it's meant to be a little purse, so you can actually put things in it. So yeah, I just think it's so cute, and whether I use it as a purse or not I don't know, but I thought that was so adorable. They had a few colours. They had red, brown and this taupe grey. I like this one the best. And then she also bought me these earrings from a little handmade craft shop, which were very good value, and I hope that the metal is at least stainless steel. I don't know, but they are. Have you ever heard of Fimo, or I guess it's polymer clay, isn't it, this? But these are little earrings with hearts. So what they've done, and I have seen people on Instagram do this, is they've made them very big, and then they've essentially made them smaller and smaller by pulling the clay so that they're tiny little circles when they cut them. And yeah, they're gorgeous. I've already worn them a few times when I was away, because I had a couple of pink tops that pretty much match those exactly, and yeah, they're really pretty. And then I bought a couple of things for myself because I still had some euros left from Florence when I did my gigging, and I wanted to find some special things to get with that money because I'd specifically saved it for the holiday. So I think this was in my casket. I don't think this was split. I got two bracelets, and there's a reason behind it, because both actually will go together really nicely. I don't actually know how I open this. I kept it nice and secure here so that I could share it in this video. Ah, there we go. So I got this because this pearl is pretty much the same size and shape as a pearl necklace that I have that my granny and grandpa got me for my 18th. And it's so similar, it's actually kind of freaky. They are so similar in shape. And the green colour was my favourite. I loved it. And I have been wanting to find another piece of jewellery to go with my necklace, whether that be earrings or a bracelet. So it would be nice if I could find some pearl earrings that are the same shape at some point, but the only ones I've ever found have been, you know, perfect circle pearls, and I sort of wanted one like this, which was more of an oval shape. So yeah, this is gorgeous, and you just secure it with the pearl. So yeah, I'm very excited about that, and I think it's beautiful, and I know I'll really enjoy wearing it. And then I got this from a stall. Was it Havar? Yes, this might have been. Yes. And it was the day that I found out about Oxford. And my mum and I had gone to loads of jewellery stalls, just looking around. And I saw this one, and it had a 4-leaf clover on it. And I thought this would be so lovely to remember finding out and giving me luck, because my mum and dad had bought me a little stone with a 4-leaf clover ingrained in gold into it, which they'd got from France, I think, last year. And I just thought it was so special. And they got that before my exams. And yeah, this is just gorgeous. And they go really well together. So I could even wear these together on the, you know, on my wrist if I wanted. And the lady was so kind, she added an extra oh my gosh, what's it called? I've completely forgotten. You know, an extra bit to the bracelet so that it was a tiny bit bigger. And yeah, it's just made of these these really nice beads, and yeah, I love it. So I'm so happy with these, and I will always remember that I got them in Croatia. And then my grandparents very kindly got me a ring from Cortula to, actually no, we were looking at some and then the shop didn't end up being open, so we found a really nice shop in Split instead. And I have never really found any silver jewellery that suits me. I've always thought that I am a gold wearer, and I saw this ring though and it was beautiful, and it's got these lovely precious stones on it. And what I like about this is it's one of those that you can readjust, because it's not actually connected, so I could wear it pretty much on any finger I want to. But yeah, I think it's so beautiful, and I really, really appreciate them getting this for me, because again, I'll always remember it as, you know, getting into uni. And yeah, I saw a ring that was similar to this in the shop in Cortula, but it ended up being closed when we wanted to go back. So yeah, I just love it, and I'm really, really appreciative. So yeah, they are the things that I have to share with you from when we were away. So that's everything, I think, and I had such an amazing time, and I hope that you've enjoyed the sort of mishmash. I know it's been a bit of a sort of mix of everything, this video, some colouring and stationery and then some other things as well, but as I said, it'll be really nice for me to look back on. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Take care, everyone. Bye.